my name's Madison and welcome to my channel. So I've been trying to film a reading vlog for like the past 5 months, and each time I've absolutely hated it. Like, I wanted to have something that was good for the beginning of my booktube channel, and I knew it was going to be crap anyway because I don't know how to do this. And I was going back and forth between whether should I have my face on it, should I not. I really don't want to have my face on it, but you know, I felt like I kind of had to. Just a whole lot of things. So, but we're here now. We're here. We're alive, and we're gonna film this reading vlog finally. It's taken me way too long and way too many failed vlogs that I probably needed to have finished at least, and it didn't happen. it didn't happen. So we're going to start this off with a sort of kind of not really 24-hour readathon. Yeah, basically this entire month of May has been the Asian Readathon hosted by Read with Cindy. And, you know, I decided to participate in it. I set myself an overly ambitious TBR, picked up the first book I was going to read, had to DNF it because it was way too triggering for me, and now I'm here. And after a 2-week reading slump, and I don't really, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So I thought, what better way than to film my actual Asian Readathon vlog than to be just the really short bit of it, than to be participating in the 24-hour readathon hosted by Mel Reads, who is someone I absolutely love to watch. So we're just going to be doing a 24-hour readathon for Asian Readathon. And this will probably be my only vlog for Hey, yeah, editing me here. Yeah, that's a lie. There's gonna be another vlog. So this vlog will take place, so today's Thursday, and this vlog will be taking place today, this afternoon, like tonight, tomorrow, and then the readathon Saturday, which is May 22nd. So today's the 20th. I don't know days anymore. But we're gonna get into what my TBR for this readathon / the end of the week vlog that I'm going to be doing. And it's mainly just the books I had on my TBR for Asian Readathon, so I'm going to talk about that really quickly. I will have like a wrap-up video for Asian Readathon with the books I did read, plus what my TBR was, because I didn't even film a TBR because I'm a chaotic mess right now with the end of the school year for me, and just everything is crazy. So we're just kind of gonna go with it and just see how this turns out. So the first book on my TBR for this weekend is When Dimple Met Rishi by Sandhya Menon. So this book I have on ebook and is for the Asian Readathon prompt. Read a book written by an Asian author that is featuring an Asian protagonist. It's kind of both of those prompts. A lot of my books kind of fall into those prompts, but that's what I'm using this one for. And I am currently 54% of the way through on page 185 of 333, and I plan on finishing this hopefully by Friday. I plan on reading pretty much the rest of today because I don't really have anything else to do, and then I can have that done before the readathon even starts. I don't know if it happens to where the 24-hour readathon is starting and I haven't finished it. I'll just finish it then. No big deal. But that's how far I am with that book. And then I was also looking at the ebook for this, and it says that there's also a short story included in here, which I will probably count as a separate book that I'm reading if I end up reading that, just for my Goodreads goal, because I'm currently 22 books behind schedule. That's going to be something I'm going to fix this summer, and I'm going to try to get way more ahead. I think I set it too unrealistic for me because during COVID I read 97 books and I was obsessed, but then I had a 6-month reading slump when I went back to school, and you know, I'm here now and I don't quite know what I'm doing. I've only read 16 books so far this year, so hopefully that can help with an extra book towards my Goodreads goal, this short story, but not much, but it'll help. I'll have probably a whole week where I do nothing but read and try to catch up. Next on my TBR for this readathon, this one I will be starting during the 24-hour readathon for sure. I don't think I'll be able to get much farther into it, but that is A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Tahereh Mafi. I am currently around 20% of the way through this. I'm on page 54, chapter 6, and I absolutely love this book. And I'm very, very excited to read more of it. I'll get into like full thoughts and feelings as we go, but that is for my TBR, and is also on my Asian Readathon TBR for read a book featuring an Asian protagonist. That's fun. So that's something I want to read during the 24-hour readathon. I'm not sure how much I want to try to finish that, but I do have to put a precursor to this. I am a very, very slow reader, just as a thing of mine, so I probably won't be able to get done with a lot of books, but that is one I do want to try to finish. And then next on my TBR, I have Legend by Marie Lu. So I started this book for the Asian Readathon, and I got up to page 50 of it, and I was really, really enjoying it. And then I had that 2-week reading slump. I'm just going in and out of reading slumps right now, trying to fix that. But this book is right around 300 pages, and if I do my calculations, this should take about 5 hours to read. I think this might be my first book of the readathon. We'll see. It's either that or A Very Large Expanse of Sea. And I do want to try to get those 2 books done for the 24-hour readathon, and I think it's possible. I think it might be possible, but I'm not sure. Again, not that fast of a reader. And finally, I have a few preliminary books that are kind of like, if I end up finishing those 2 and I want to keep reading, I'm going to pick up these. Those 2 books that I have as kind of an extra is Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. This is also on my Asian Readathon TBR as the prompt, read a book by an Asian author featuring your favorite genre. And one of my favorite genres is, I chose 2 books for this. One I've already read and I'll talk about in my wrap-up, but the other one is this, Wicked Fox. And I am a huge fan of mythology retellings and kind of reimaginings pulled into like the real world or a fantasy world. Just that kind of inspired fantasy is some of my favorite things ever. My first real experience with that was with the Percy Jackson series, and I've just kind of been in love with that kind of thing ever since. Fairy tale retellings I'm also a sucker for, which I consider in the same vein. So I was really excited to read this book, and so far I'm about 16% of the way through it. I'm on page 59 of 429, and I love it so far. I really am enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. And I just love the way it's written, how immersive it is. So I do want to continue this book if I have time, but if I am not feeling that, I have another book, which is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. So this book I've heard so much about, and I don't know why I haven't read it yet. I'm trying to catch up on all of like the big books from like the past 5-6 years, and this is definitely one of those. This series is definitely one of those, and now that the series is complete, I really want to binge read it because it will be a lot of fun. This is the only book of the series I've actually read because I don't know if I'm going to love it, but I'm pretty certain I will. This is, I believe, a Roman inspired mythology, so this could go Roman inspired fantasy, so this could easily go for my prompt, read a book featuring your favorite genre. But I'm also counting this book as read a book that is not US centric, that is written by an Asian author, and this definitely goes for it because it's a fantasy book centered around ancient Rome, so I assume it would work. And this book I do want to dive into. If not in this vlog, then I might do a weekly reading vlog next week with me just finishing out all the books I've read for the Asian Readathon, and this would be one of those. I am very much excited to read this, just ready to get on the hype train because I know I will be obsessed. I often am with hyped up books I know that are sometimes controversial or people don't really like. I normally really enjoy them just because it's me. And I'm a teenage girl, and so I am the right demographic for YA fantasy. What can I say? So those are my 5 books on my TBR for the next couple days, about 3 days, and I'm really excited to read them. I don't know how much I'll get done, but I hope that I can get enough done to where I will be happy to finally upload a vlog, because it's about time, I will have to say. So right now it's around like 4:30. I just got out of school and decided to sit down and film this. I felt really motivated. I was like, it's gonna happen, and I'm going to be like an average white girl and drink my Dunkin' Donuts. We love it. But I was really motivated to film this, and now I feel really motivated to read and get through some of my books. So I'm going to pick up, like I said, When Dimple Met Rishi, and try to read a ton of it. I read about 20% of it during school today, because it's our last week of school and we're not doing anything at all. And I just got to sit and read for about 5 hours, which is the best thing ever. So I'm not complaining. So I plan on reading this a little bit more today, and then also reading tomorrow during school, and hopefully trying to finish it sometime between now and then. We'll see. I'll keep you updated, and let's do this, finally. But first, Piano Man. So it's Thursday around like 5 o'clock. I just got home, and wow, today's actually was my last day of physical in-person school. I have my final exams Monday and Tuesday, but like I'm pretty much done for the semester, which is hard to think about, which is crazy to me. Time is weird. I still feel like I should be last year finishing out my school year. It's fine. Anyways, today I literally started reading and I couldn't stop reading. It's kind of a problem, but around, I don't know, about 10-11 a.m. today, I finished When Dimple Met Rishi. Yeah, I gave this book 2 stars. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I guess I enjoyed the beginning part, which is why I'm getting it a 1 star, and I didn't exactly hate it. But just looking back on it, it just, I don't know, I just didn't really like it. I felt like it was very much romance heavy, but then the romance was really bad and the characters weren't really the good characters. And then it was supposed to be set in a coding program, summer program, but like there was no coding. And then in the middle of the coding program, to help determine your place in the final rankings, there was a talent show. Yeah, a lot of it didn't make sense, and there were way too many cliches, way too much girl hate, and way too much just sexism, and you know, I didn't really like it. I feel like the one thing that did kind of save this novel a little bit for me was the inclusion of Indian heritage, especially when it comes to America. And I really like that inclusion, that talk of, you know, American culture and how it meshes with cultures from around the world, and it doesn't really mesh that great sometimes. But I do think it just kind of got ditched halfway through the novel to play into the American ideal relationship, and it wasn't really my thing. So we finished that and we kind of put it away. We're done with that, just done with that. But I am glad I finished it, because I got onto a book that I am absolutely loving right now. You Have No Idea, which is A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Tahereh and Mafi. So when I started it today, I was on page 54, and I started it around 11, around right after I finished when Dimple met Rishi, and it is now 5 o'clock, and I'm on page 208 of 290. I'm 77% of the way through. I can't. This novel, I love it. It's really, really good. So if you don't know, it is set around 2002 in the aftermath of 9/11, and it features around a Persian Islamic Muslim girl, and just her trying to deal with life as an American teenager with living in just racist town essentially. And then there's also there's the Swedish romance in here, and there's a breakdancing element too. It's so good. Just the way it's written, I love Tahereh Mafi's writing style and the way she described this. It's just so easy to consume, so easy to fall into, and I am obsessed. Like, this is the kind of binge reading I love because I love this book. Very much 5-star feels right now. Hopefully the ending will be good. But yeah, it's just really great. Also, I love Ocean. They're like the main love interest. I'm going to continue reading this book for pretty much just the rest of today. I'm planning on going to sleep pretty early so that I can wake up at midnight for the 24-hour readathon. I'm already way ahead of the schedule I'd planned out for myself, which I'm kind of proud of. If I'm able to actually finish this book, it says I have about 2 hours left of reading it, then then I will be even farther ahead of schedule than I thought I would, and I'll be able to pick up Legend by Marie Lu at the start of the 24-hour readathon and see how far I can get along with that. I do want to wake up at midnight. I plan on going to sleep around 8 so that I can get a few hours of sleep. I don't want to get too much sleep, mainly because I just end up being more tired. And, you know, I have a lot of energy right now, so we're just gonna use it. But that will be pretty much the plans for tomorrow. I'll be vlogging pretty much the entire day, trying to record everything, give you updates on my reading every couple hours. I do want to update pretty much when I finish a new book each and every time. So we have big plans for the 24-hour readathon, my first ever 24-hour readathon, and this vlog is already going really well. So if tomorrow fails all else, I'll have hopefully read 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 books. We'll see. Okay. Mommy crying over this book at 1 a.m. One book down. It's currently 2 a.m. Let's go. Next up, Legend. I'm 50 pages into this, so we're gonna see how far I can get before the sun comes up. Yay. No, my reading buddy. So it's currently 3:30, and I made it to the 100-page mark. Wow, the classic dystopian vibes this is giving me, and the nostalgia. I love it so far. It's so great. There are birds tweeting when it's 5:30 a.m. and I'm officially on page 175. 174, really good so far. I think we're finally starting to get some answers. Love it. So it's 6:45 and I've made it to page 205. I have exactly 100 pages left, and I am still very much deeply enjoying this. I'm kind of sad that it was never made into like a major motion picture or whatever. I think it would have done really, really well in the early 2010s when dystopian movies were still on such a big kick. It's really good so far, and I'm really enjoying it. So, continuing. Okay, so it's 9:40 and I just finished Legend. I annotated a bit. I decided I'm going to give this 4 out of 5 stars. It was really, really good and really fun. I might change it to 3 later, I'm not sure. But just reading it all in one sitting, it was very cinematic, very fun, and just the classic dystopian vibes that we all love. So I really am glad I picked this up for the readathon, and Asian readathon and 24-hour readathon. And now I'm going to move on to my next book, which is Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. So I'm actually 59 pages of the way through this on chapter 7, 16% of the way. Right now, I think when I was reading it earlier, it said I had about 5 hours left on this, 5 or 6 hours. So we're gonna see how much I can get done today. My goal is to hopefully finish this, and if I do, I will be very, very pleased with myself. This has already been a really good readathon so far, finishing 2 books, and a third earlier on in the week. So I'm gonna read this, and then I'm gonna get some breakfast, and then I'm going to work out for a bit and shower and everything. And then I will continue reading this throughout the day. I do have a few errands to run, and an event for school tonight at 6, so I'm not sure how much I'll be able to actually read, but I do want to try to finish this by midnight tonight when the readathon officially ends. So let's get reading. Hi, so it's Sunday, the 24-hour readathon is officially over, so I didn't really update until I finished, after I finished Legend, mainly because I started reading Wicked Fox, and then I had to do errands. I had an event I had to go to for our end of the golf season, for my team, and I was just super duper busy, and then when I sat down to read, I was so tired that I fell asleep reading. I think the lack of sleep was getting to me, but I'm here now. It's a little bit after noon on Sunday, and I am going to wrap up what I read during the 24-hour readathon, and, you know, just say thank you for getting this far in my first ever vlog, because, wow. Okay, so the first book I read during the 24-hour readathon, I finished just around 2 a.m. I believe, was A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Tahir Mafi. So I love this book. I gave it 5 stars. I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I did, mainly because contemporaries aren't really ones I give 5 stars, but this story was amazing. I really, really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed all the characters. Shireen and Ocean are amazing. I love them. I love their relationship. They went through some really hard struggles, and it was something that I feel like is very, very timeless, despite being set in like 2002. I feel like it's something that, you know, we can learn lessons from despite all that, and I'm really, really glad I read this. It was very eye-opening, and, you know, makes me and made me bawl my eyes out. It was great. The second book I read, I'm gonna pull it up from over here, is Legend by Marie Lu. So I annotated a bit. I didn't annotate as much as I thought I would, but I gave this 4 stars. So this had the classic dystopian vibes we all love. I talked about that already, but I did really, really enjoy the plot of this. So if you don't know what it's about, which I'm sure you do, but it centers around Day in June, so in kind of this dystopian Los Angeles where the US has been split in 2 and they are living in the Republic. And pretty much in the story, Day is like the most famous criminal from Los Angeles. Nobody knows what he looks like. Turns out he's a 15-year-old kid. And then there's June, who is what they consider a prodigy because she got a perfect score on her trials, which is like the SAT, except you take it when you're 10. It determines the rest of your life. So it was a really good book. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the plot. There wasn't as much plot in this. It was shorter than I thought it would be, I think is the best answer, because not as much happens as I thought there would be, and there wasn't as much character growth and character exploration in this, especially with relationships between the characters, that I would have expected. But at the same time, I feel like that's where a lot of books nowadays I really fall in love with, that are more recently published, because they really dive more into characters and just how they interact with the world around them. I feel like this was very much more plot-based than character-based, which is something from the early 2010s I tend to notice a lot, trying to catch up on all the books I want to read. But I did really enjoy this regardless, and I'm excited to continue on with the series. I have the ebook on hold right now, for the second book, Prodigy, so I hopefully will be reading that in like June, which will be a lot of fun. And then finally, I'm going to talk about the book I did start, which is Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. So I was able to get to page 127, which is about around 32% of this book, before I inevitably fell asleep. I'm really loving this book though. It's really well done, and I really enjoy it. It's the inclusion of Korean mythology, which I think I've talked about before. It's just spot on. And I love the characters too. I love, you know, the relationships with each other and just all the different dynamics. It's a lot of fun, and you know, I feel like it was just such a great book. I'm so glad I was able to pick it up, and I plan on continuing it next week with my next reading vlog, which I'll be starting in a bit, which I'm excited for. So in total for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I was able to read 677 pages, which after, like, that's more pages I believe than I read like this entire year so far. Yeah, and I'm really glad to be out of my reading slump, to be starting this vlog, and hopefully this will be the one I actually do end up posting. I'm really excited for it. And you know, I feel like this is going to be the start of a very great journey of me just being an absolute nerd and obsessing about books and loving it along the way. So if you did enjoy, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It would mean the absolute world to me. Also leave me a comment if you want to, and just tell me about what you think about all this. I also have my Goodreads link down below. I think I'll be starting social media, a Bookstagram or a Twitter soon. I'm not sure. I think I might just stick to YouTube for right now, just because that's juggling a lot of stuff at one point. So if you enjoyed, let me know, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. I hope you're reading some great books, and bye!